Hi guys, meet my friend Olga. She is a beautiful woman, very educated, independent, empowered, what we say today. But unfortunately, she's been a victim of an abuser. For many years, she was manipulated. She was almost completely destroyed, and she's here today to share her story with us. I want to understand her story, support her, and also help you all to protect yourself from being in such destructive relationships. So, Olga, please say hi to everyone.
Hello guys.
How are you today, Olga?
I'm good. As good as the person can be stuck somewhere against her will.
Actually, she's stuck in Delhi right now because of her husband. Actually, on my Insta page a couple of years ago, I also shared the story of Olga. Suddenly her husband just disappeared and she was in some small town in India completely alone. She didn't know what to do, so I would like to ask her about this story, but I'm sure my followers have heard about it. So Olga, please tell me what happened. You were married, you were happy, your husband was absolutely fine, and then one day he just disappeared. What happened?
I am actually still trying to comprehend what actually happened, but it was like that. So at that moment I knew my husband over 5 years. We were together and all was fine as I thought. It was 10 years, not even 5 years. It was 5 years since we got married and 10 years since I knew him. And everything was fine, or at least I thought so. Nothing was going wrong. Yes, we had some ups and downs in our relationship, but nothing that bad which could lead to that.
So Olga, can you just tell us how you came to India? You studied at the university, right?
Yes, so I came to India more than 10 years ago. So I did my PhD from the Jawaharlal Nehru University. Actually, I always had a dream to come to India to study Indian culture because it was my obsession since my childhood. And somehow when I met the person who became my husband later, I thought that it's some destiny. That's okay, India came to my life, I wanted to go to India, so now I'm in India and I'm with an Indian man. So that's dream come true.
So how was your experience at the university? Was it a good experience to study in India?
Yes. I actually had experience from St. Petersburg University, which is one of the best in Russia, and then I had experience from Chinese university, which couldn't compare to St. Petersburg University, and I would say that Jawaharlal Nehru University can compare to St. Petersburg University, and it was very interesting for me.
So you had some friends there? You're still keeping in touch with them?
Yes, and right now my JNU friends are the people who support me through all this situation. They came. Though I cut communication with them, I think when I got married, but they came back to my life and they started to support me and they started to help me, even by sending money to me, by giving me advices about where I should stay, what should I do, and all of this.
Okay.
So one day in January 2024, my husband went, as he said, to get his passport from the nearby city, and then he was...
Where were you this time?
We were living in Orcha. It's Madhya Pradesh. It's a small village, I could say.
That's where he was from?
No, he is from Bihar, but
Okay.
he had some business in Madhya Pradesh, so that's why we were living there. And he went to another city, to Bhopal, as he said, to get a passport, and he was supposed to return the next day. And then he was telling me that he took a train to Bhopal, then they told him to go to Delhi, and then he's taken a train to Delhi, and then he tells me good night and disappears. The next day I was texting him, asking what is going on, how, where are you, what is, why your phone is off, and that was the point. He disappeared, and for a long time I thought okay, maybe he couldn't charge his phone, he was on the train and all of this, but then I realized that actually he was missing. And this is such a mystery for me up to now, because I don't understand how it went to that point, because nothing was pointing to that direction that like one day the person just disappears.
Did you have some argument the night before or
No,
2 days
like,
ago?
actually the day before he suddenly told me, okay, let's go to for a walk. I was asking for it like for months, like let's go for a walk. There was one park nearby, like very like wild sanctuary, and it's like very nice place. So I've been asking him, let's go there for months, and then suddenly he said himself, let's go there, and we went there, and all seemed fine, and I don't know. So, and then the next day he disappeared. And before he disappeared, like when he was leaving the house, he told me, come with me. So I was like very confused that moment because the person was going for the train. He had a ticket for the train, and the train is in 1 hour. So like I cannot just like get ready. So I said like, you are coming tomorrow. Like why I come to you, come with you. So that's another part which also make me clueless. Like what is going on with this?
So, but if he just disappeared, did he have some job or like any
Yes.
responsibilities? How could he just?
Yeah.
disappear?
He had a cafe there, so the cafe was working, and there were people working for him in the cafe, and we had a house where we stayed there, like, and he knew that I was completely dependent on him because at that time I have completed my PhD. I applied for wife visa, and I was not able to find a job legally because with wife visa you cannot have a job. So I had 500 rupees in my pocket at the time when he left.
Okay, so how did his family and friends react? Like if he was just a normal guy, it was shocking for everyone, right?
Everyone was shocked, his family was shocked, and at that time I think we had a very good emotional connection with his family because everyone was crying. Like,
And everyone was there with you in Ocha.
no, I was there alone,
Okay.
but they started to call me because he was not picking phone. And he also asked me to lie and say that he went somewhere else, like that, because he told me he was going to Delhi, but he asked me not to tell them that he's going to Delhi because they are in Delhi, like his sister and brother are in Delhi.
Okay.
So, and then I didn't even know like what should I tell to his family, like should I lie for him or should I say like that I don't know where is he and what is going on. And the turning point was when I found his old phone with his Google account logged in, and in drafts I saw an email which was titled "The Journey Ends" or something like that, and it was written there like it was addressed to his brother, and it was written there, please send Olga to Russia and forget about everything. The journey ends, and it's like for sure it was like goodbye email from the person who wants to do something to himself.
Oh my god.
So at that point I got shocked, and I called his brother, and we were crying for like 15 minutes.
So you thought he committed suicide?
Yes, I actually thought, because I found his Google searches which he had been doing for months, like asking like the drug to kill big animals in India, or like if this urea can kill humans or something like that, and a lot of searches were coming like that. So I was actually shocked, and I had forced police when I filed a missing person report to write there that there is a danger to his life, because else they wouldn't even search. And it took me like few hours to make police write it down, because they were making my statement in Hindi and removing this part.
So you went to police alone, completely alone?
Yes, like I went with some friend of my husband who was that time in Orcha, and he could speak a little bit of English.
So what was your first like actions? How you tried to find him?
So
just missing person report. And
when I saw that message where he was saying like goodbye, send Olga to Russia, I realized that I need to do something. I packed my bag within 5 minutes, and then like I saw his Google location, which was coming like for a few days, that he was in Mathura. And I didn't have money, I just packed my bag, and I thought like I'm going to Mathura. Then his family called me and said like no, don't go anywhere, go to police and file the missing person complaint. And I went with my bag, I think, to the cafe, and I sat and cried there. I was talking to people who work there, and they were also shocked. And then I had to go to police station because no one could file it, only me, because that's where it happens. You can file it only in the location. So it's all complicated with all this police jurisdiction, like where you can file, where they can do things, and then another state they do nothing. So
for how long, like you didn't get any news, or maybe you got some news from police that they found someone?
From police, I was getting only the same news which I was giving them. I had his phone with his Google account, so I was checking when his location was
so
appearing.
it was working, that his phone was on.
He switched it on, like as it turned out later, like he went to Mathura, he erased his phone there, then he switched it on again, and then
But you still could track that?
Yeah, he switched it on to write that email.
Okay.
At some point, and that point was tracked to a specific location, and I shared it with police, and police couldn't find it, and I found it myself with the help of his friends.
Okay.
We found the cafe where he drafted that email and all, and we told police, and that was another state, and local police from Madhya Pradesh didn't want to go to Rajasthan because they said there is Rajasthan police. And Rajasthan police didn't want to do anything without Orcha police present on the spot, so it's like all the complicated. And meanwhile, I think I was the only person who actually thought that he may commit suicide, and I had been seeing nightmares like every night, and I had this reaction to all the sirens, all the summoning to police. That's like they found his body. Like whenever like I hear some siren outside, I was like, okay, like maybe it's like his body, they found the body, then they call me to police, and or police comes to me. I had like panic attacks, like never in my life before I had any panic attacks, and I started to have them.
So for how long you were in this state of completely not knowing what's happening? Where is your husband?
It was like around 5 months, I think, 4.5, something like that.
So entire life, what was it about? Like you were just waiting, you were trying to take some action, you were traveling?
I spent few months just sitting there in Orcha, controlling the police, because you have to go to police almost daily, like so that they keep working.
Okay.
So I was there then.
But you got no updates?
No, and
his family that entire time they were supporting you, right? They were waiting for some.
I cannot say they were supporting. In the few weeks, like first week, second week, they were supporting. We were all crying, and they were saying like, yes, his brother said like, you stay in this apartment and I will pay for it. If you want to stay here till like the end of your life, I will pay for it. So that was said, and then within a month, suddenly the landlords told me like, you are a single woman, it's very dangerous for you to stay here.
Just because of your state of being single, the owner was not safe. So you were alone in that search?
Yeah. So like going back to that question, so first like I was in Orcha, then I saw a dream that he was in Himachal, and I was so desperate and I didn't know what to do that I just went with the dream and said like, okay, I go to search for him in Himachal. So it was winter, and I guess it was stupid, though then I learned from him that he was in Himachal by the time. Yeah, so
like whenever you shared the stories on Instagram, like I was also reposting, so did you get some messages from people that they saw him, or like what was
yes.
Was there some support, or more like
I shared on a lot of platforms, like I shared in the groups on Facebook, and that time I learned that like if a woman searches for the man, she gets a lot of hate. Like I got hate from people saying that like, he just wants to leave you, why are you not leaving him alone? Just leave him alone, like he doesn't want
you. Was it
you.
like message from men or women?
Men, yes. And a lot of people, I guess, wanted some attention because they were sending me messages saying we saw him there, we saw him here, and when I told them like, do you want to repeat this to police, they disappear.
Okay.
Because I told them like, this is a police case, so speak with police, and then they disappear.
But have you ever like gone somewhere where some person told you, I have seen your husband, you came there, and it was just like
there was one accident in Mathura, I think, and his brother like went there, and then there was some call, someone said that we saw him in the hospital, and also his like brother-in-law went there to check, but no one, like, it was all lies. I don't know why people want to create so many lies. Like, they don't understand with whom they are communicating and the state of this person. Like, I'm thinking that he's dead and I'm searching for his body. I don't know where is he. And then I get calls and people start to lie to me, like knowing that they are lying. I don't understand why. Yeah, I had to give my phone number.
So you were exposed to danger being a woman, searching for him everywhere. You were just a woman.
Yeah.
You could be in really big dangerous situation.
His friends, who were my friends also, and they were giving me money and they were supporting me.
So his community was really good.
Yes. Actually, his friends are so nice, and I communicate with them up
Even
to
till
now.
now, they support you.
Yes. So I don't know, like, why he haven't asked them to help him.
So what happened next? How did you find him? Because he is alive. So what happened? Where was he all this time? And can you just, move on to that part?
Yeah, so like, sorry, it's a Bollywood story, so it's like very long with all of like details. So what happened? I kept my Instagram account active because I had a hope that if he is alive, he for sure will come and check for the stories, or like for me, because at that point I had a belief that he cares about me, that he cares and he will come and he is gonna check what I post there. So at some point I had found one account which looked very suspicious to me, and I started to check this account, and I went through the friend list and found there one Japanese tourist, and I started to watch his stories, and I found out a common friend. The friend about whom my husband previously said, like, don't communicate to him because he is a bad person. I saw this friend, and then I kept watching the stories, and I saw them both on that stories.
Okay.
And they were in Varanasi. They were like sitting on the boats and singing bhajans for female foreign tourists, like. And my husband was looking like a baba, and he was telling this Japanese guy that he do not possess anything, and he is like Gautama Buddha, and he is just like, I don't know who, like a saint or
That
something.
must be very shocking.
And that was very shocking. That time I was at his brother's home, and it was night. I knocked to his brother's home, and then at his brother's room, and his brother and his wife came. I showed them, and we were all shocked. And his brother said, like, okay, I don't want to do anything with this man because we all suffer and he's having fun. He was like smiling, smoking, and all of this. So yeah, we were shocked. And his brother, I think, wanted just to inform police, and I said that, like, let's try to find him and like to talk to him and all. So that's how I went.
So you again went alone?
Yes. So the plan was that this person with whom we saw him, his friends, he had some retreat, like yoga retreat, and I realized that the writing done for this retreat was done by my husband because I know his writing style, so he was involved. Mm-hmm. And the retreat was happening in Haridwar, somewhere around there.
That was after 5 months of him being missing.
Yes. So I went there alone, and I was putting myself in the risk because I had to inform police. But I went there to see like what was going on with him, and I was so angry.
But were you sure it was him? Maybe it was just someone who looked like him.
No. It was like after, like, I spent most of the time watching for the photos of different like homeless people or like dead bodies. Yeah, like now it's funny, but like yeah, I had to watch for all of this. So then I just saw his face, and I was like, I wanted to slap my phone. Like, like the person was watching my stories for over
so
weeks.
He was aware, like he watched all your stories. He knew about your situation.
Yes, and in my stories I was saying, just let me know you are alive. And he was watching it. He knew like the degree of my suffering, that I thought that he may be dead. He watched it, and he couldn't send me a message. He could create another fake profile there and like just send some message, I'm alive, blah blah blah, but he never did this. And I think that was like some red flag which I was supposed to notice, but I ignored it. So I went, I met him, he told me he loves me. He was like in a dark place, he wanted to kill himself.
So was it like a very romantic meeting story after all that?
Not much romantic.
Or more like, oh my god, how you found me?
We decided to meet in Haridwar. Like I went there and like I was supposed to go to this retreat and spy like on him and see him, but on the bus I had like I think mental breakdown. So I called his friend and I told him I'm calling police or else you contact me with my husband because I know you are together. And then I had a talk with him and then he told me yes, let's meet. I am like. I don't want to hide anymore. And he also said that from his friend he learned that I had filed a case against him in police, which was a lie. And that is why he didn't want to meet me. At least that's what he told me, but I'm not sure that it was not a lie because as I realized that whatever was happening after January 24, most of it was a lie. It was a story created to fool me, or I don't know, I don't know, maybe he believed it himself, but it was a lie.
So you asked him to come back, or?
I just came to meet and he said that yes, it was all like he was in a bad place and that he just needs a little bit more time alone, he will be fine and he loves me.
Did he apologize?
I don't remember. I suspect no. Because he never apologized. I never paid attention, but I don't think he did. But he told me like he loves me and he had me on that because like okay, he loves me, he's coming back. What like I was happy after like I thought he was dead. Like imagine like this.
So you somehow explained it in your mind that it's
I was feeling sorry for the man that he was in the such situation like the reason why he disappeared was also that he had a lot of debts, like money debts from like different people and banks. Yeah, that was the major reason because he couldn't face the people who were like hunting him and asking for the money, so he left. I thought he was in such a bad situation because he's such a nice human being and he just got somewhere where like from where he cannot exit. So he tried to take his own life and he's so miserable and like of course I wanted to help, and I stayed in India. I found a job in India so that I can be with him and he can have his time resting or like getting himself together.
And who was getting you together after all of that? You were just managing on your own.
On that time, since the time I actually met him, I was alone because his family stopped communicating with me apart from telling me, convey
after
him
you
this
found
message.
him.
Yes. Like somehow it was my fault. Like when I found him, he told me he doesn't want to communicate with family or with friends. And I think that his family thought that it was all my doing that I told him don't communicate to them. Because when I came to his brother's home after meeting him and said that he is fine, he is alive, I had to lock myself in the washroom because they were shouting at me and they was bumping on the doors and saying like, why you let the madman go away? Like I supposed to catch him and bring him, I don't know what they were expecting, but I was the one who was blamed that he doesn't want to communicate to them. And then there was a point when we were discussing with brother's wife that we should arrange a psychologist for him so he can talk.
So he had you believe he had some psychological problem, maybe personality disorder or something?
Yeah, what I think now that he had so much shame that he couldn't communicate with, to see his parents, to see his family and all. So I was thinking psychologists would help, but then his family said first he calls us and he tells his family, I was not a part of the family, tells his family that he is fine, we want to know his condition, then we will arrange this psychologist. And then it was off, of course, because he said I'm not calling him. I'm not calling this, for now I cannot.
So after how long the life became normal?
I don't
came back to home and just living.
Normal, I don't think it became. So
okay.
He came to me, I found a job in Nagar, in the place which I loved and which was my favorite place in India, and he knew that.
What was that job?
I worked in the Rory Hart Gallery as an assistant to the Russian curator, and people who know me, they know that Rory is the topic which I loved since I was a kid, and because of the Nicholas Roerich, I was in love with India also. I am in love with India. Yes, so it was actually the job which I was dreaming about, and it was the place where I think at that point of time I could stay in India, because all the other places with all these traumatic events which I had, like communication to police, to relatives, to people, to like everyone lying to your face, I thought like I'm out of India. I hate Indian culture because they say one thing and they do the different thing. So I thought I'm done with India completely, and only that place felt nice in India. So he came to that place and he promised me, like he literally told me, you don't have to suffer anymore. I love you and everything will be fine. That's what he said. And that he came and like he literally destroyed my life, which I tried to build from nothing after he disappeared. He like destroyed my life.
So what was happening? He said he loves you and everything will be fine, but then...
Yeah, he came and then he started like, I had a job, so I was working there, and what he was doing, he was walking around, smoking and writing a script, like a scenario for a movie, which he wanted to give to someone to shoot about him, like how he went missing and what happened after that. Like he was
okay,
like,
so he found some pride in that story. How
yeah. So like he thought that I didn't realize that at that point of time, but I think he was creating his own story where he was a victim or a hero or something like that, and my story didn't matter, and it was very painful to me, because whenever we had some fight or some like just conversation where the past events came, and they were coming because there was something unhealed and we needed to speak about, but he couldn't take it. He was telling me like, if you are not okay with me, I'm just gonna leave. And he was packing his bags,
so
leaving his phone, and few times he actually left and he slept somewhere around, and I was again in this hell where he disappeared, and I don't know, maybe he jumped in the river. So that was like a mental torture all the time. Yeah, and then like it was like this, and then he looked like he was really bored because I was working, and he was walking around, and he started to search for a job, as he told me, and then he found a job despite of having other opportunities right near to me in the same village. He found a job in another village which was quite far, and it was higher, and it was like complicated to go there. And when he went there, he said like, I will work there for a week, then I come back and we decide if I take this job or not. He never returned. He just called me and said like, I'm staying, I don't care what you think about it, but I like this job. And
so
then
he didn't do any efforts for you ever since?
Yeah, and for me, I said like, I am not ready to live separately again, that you are staying there, because I'm still not out of this condition where you put me. And he said like, I don't care, I cannot stay with you, I need a job, I need to like, and this is the only job which I can get. And that was a lie. So I guess his intention at that point was to leave me and stay alone somewhere, but somehow he cannot tell. So at that point I told him that like, you know, by doing this you are destroying our relationship like the same way as you just filed the divorce. So later he reminded me and said like, see, you said like you filed the divorce. Like I was like saying that I filed the divorce, not he was doing this. So he started like to shift the blame on me, that you told me you're gonna file the divorce, so like I was a free man.
So what was the reason behind it? What do you think? Like, why couldn't he just, break up with you and let you go? Because
that is a mystery for me, because as I learned later, he already was going to cafes and walking with another woman, which he met at the place where I used to work.
So he was cheating on you also?
Yeah, so I think at the point where he left, he actually wanted to like have another life with another woman and like his own job, and he wanted to leave me alone because I was a reminder for them, for him, what he did. like I was constantly reminding that he betrayed me, he left me, he did this to his parents, he did to his family what he did to me. Because I was not able to forget it, I have to ask him to work on it. Not just like say like, oh, it never happened. I needed to work on it because I was in the mental state where I was still suffering. I was not over it because he was showing the same like neglect as he shown when he disappeared. So I thought like, okay, we need to work out on it. And I think he just wanted a new life where new people will not know his story and then they will be admiring him like, oh, he's such a nice person. So for example,
Sounds a lot like he's a narcissist or another.
yeah, I
personality
think
disorder.
so, because I do not know how the person who has a little bit of empathy can do what he had done to me. Like,
Not only to you, also to his family members.
yeah. But it seems his family is fine with the way he is, because when these things started to happen and he started to lie to me, to insult me, he started to threaten me, I had contacted his father. I told him that your son is doing this or that, and I have some concerns that
Has
he's
he
using.
physically abused you also?
Right now, yes, I can say 2 times. It happened 2 times. And the one time when it happened, he completely ignored it. He was telling me, I never touched you. So after that, I started to make audio of our conversation, because he also said that he never threatened me. So, and then in the last point where I went to his place where he stayed with another woman, I shot a video. Because I know that he would say that it never happened and you are a liar, you are a crazy person, and it's all
He was
your doing.
gaslighting you all the time.
Yeah. Not only him, but his woman also. Like, it's a small place, and at some point some person told me that his friend, a woman, she is living with my husband.
And everyone knows each other.
Yeah. So I contacted this woman because I knew her. She is an artist and she came to the place where I work. I work in an art gallery. So I contacted her, and she started to deny it, and she started to deny it like attacking me. She started to blame me that you are a crazy person, I have such a respect to your husband and he helped me, and you are telling me all this bullshit. And I was like quite shocked. I mean, like instead of just simply saying like no, it never happened, she started to attack me instead. And then I
But you knew her before that, right?
Yes. I knew. I even invited her like sometime like to come to our place to have a tea with us, because I knew my husband was like meeting her. Like accidentally, I didn't know he was going to cafe with her. He was going for long walks with her. That I learned later. I thought she was just a friend, and she had a boyfriend, or like at least what my husband told me. So. Then I asked my husband, and what my husband said, that he started to threaten me. He said, I will make a drama at your working place because you are making up this story. I will bring all of these people, the person who told you, I will bring this woman, and I will make a drama there. So he was threatening me because he knew that I work in a cultural place, and the drama is like meaning the end of my job. So he was saying that. And just for the context, that time they were together. And when I called her and I called him, they just discussed their story, and that's what they started to do to me. So that was like all planned. Whatever they were telling and whatever they were like threatening me, they both contacted my boss for whom I was working, and saying like, Olga is crazy, she is saying this and that, and she is lying, while they were living together. So that's just like the depth of people being not ashamed or something, like, I don't know.
So coming back to your education, your career, and all the things, how independent and strong you are, what kept you there? Like, if you knew that something is happening, is it that continuous gaslighting that, people are saying you're imagining things, you're imagining lying, or what is it that kept you there? Why you didn't just, take that step to leave them?
I think that it was love and trust, because for me, like, if you marry a person, you have to trust him. Like, if you do not have trust, if you have to check someone's phones, like your husband's phones, or if you have to like doubt someone, then why do you marry the person? Like, for me, the marriage is trust. So whatever he fed me, I trusted it, and he knew that, and he used this. And also, because I had this trust and I had this love, I had also a shame that I'm creating all these stories. And you know, I had my intuition. I think like every woman has an intuition, and I exactly knew from May that he was with another woman, because I saw a dream about this. And it sounds crazy, but that's how women intuition speaks to women, I guess. And instead of trusting my gut feeling, I had trusted these people and the person like I was with, and I allowed him to do all this harm to me. So I guess at some point it was me not trusting myself and putting the trust in someone else. Though the person obviously didn't deserve it. From the time when he disappeared, I think I should have cut him off. Seeing how he didn't care, watching me thinking he was dead. Like that red flag, I was not supposed to pass. was not supposed to ignore, and I ignored it.
So at this point you are seeing some mistakes, but probably you are manipulated in such a way that you just couldn't possibly...
Yeah, I was manipulated in such a way that I literally was torn apart, like by love and trust, by me suspecting, by people telling me I was crazy, that at some point I even wanted to take my own life. Like seriously, I was thinking of that, and I went through such a mental pain that I really wanted some physical pain. That's why I look like that. See, I got tattoos, I got piercing and all of this just like for pain.
So we'll come back to the way you look. You look very stylish, by the way. But what about, what was the step, like the last point after which you left, or what exactly happened, or he just, you know, kicked you out? What happened?
So basically, for last few months, I was begging him to tell me the truth, because I didn't ask him to come back to me. I didn't ask him to be my husband again. I quit asking about that long ago. So I was asking about the truth because I needed answers for my questions. I had a lot of questions and my brain couldn't comprehend. And for me, if I don't have answers, it's like an ultimate torture. Yeah, no closure, nothing. And he was doing exactly what he knew would harm me. Like he blocked me, he didn't reply my questions, he just like cut me off. And like in our communication, he called me crazy, and then he said that I deserved all of this. So I only needed answers. And then I had a flight on 29th of November back to Russia, because I lost my job because of him. He contacted my boss, and then I lost the job. Then on 27th, I realized that I want to put a dot in this story, and I went to the place where he lived. I knew the location, so I went there. And I saw it with my own eyes, and I saw these two people, like him and the woman. I saw them looking so bad, dirty clothes. Then I was literally smiling. His woman was telling me, like, you are smiling. Why you are smiling? Look, you are crazy. And I was smiling because I finally got all the answers which I needed. I got the closure, and I saw what this person who used to be my husband had done to himself. To me, okay, like he had done something to me, but to himself. He is not the person I had married. This miserable person, like, nowhere my husband. And that was my closure, I think. And after that, only because like I am in the situation where I cannot physically leave the country because of this story, it keeps me like hanged on it. Else I would just go and I forget about it and start another life, because I'm done with it. I saw the truth, and that's what I needed. So
basically Olga right now, she cannot leave India because of some visa problem, because of her husband. So she is working on it. Please, Olga, tell us. You said that you had some suicidal thoughts. You were really about to do something very bad to yourself. So who helped you? Can you just name that organization that was supporting you in that?
Yes, actually, when I got offloaded, like, see what happened. On 27th November, I went to my husband's house, and there I was assaulted by both of them. They attacked me, and I had like bruises on my legs and all. Then I had a flight on 29th, and I got removed from this flight, and I found myself in Delhi without any money, any place to stay. So I just cried at the airport for such a long time, and then my JNU friend just put some sense into me and told me like, okay, you go to the hotel, you relax. And then the next day I still was like, I didn't know like how to live and what is going on and what is this hell. And I was calling all these mental support lines.
Indian support line.
Yeah, like suicide prevention line and all of this, because I was feeling so low and I cannot get through. Then I sent a few letters to some organization which protect women, women's rights and all. And immediately I got call from Sakhi One Stop.
Okay. This is a Delhi organization.
Yeah, I think it's under the government of India, and they have a lot of like shelters and spots all around the Delhi. So, and they called me and said, please come tomorrow, we will help you. And actually that was, they were the first people who listened to my story, and they offered help. They even offered me a free stay. And
so they are especially for women.
yes, they help women.
And so apart from them, how, because you had to go to police, to FRO, how are people treating you? Are they getting help? Are they listening to your story?
For me, it is very hard that the part of my story which I find the most hard one, like about the mental harassment and mental torture, no one cares about. Everyone cares that like, oh, he attacked you there and he tried to beat you, he tried to kill you. Oh, this part we are interested in. But for me, like, it's better that if he would just beat me. Like, yeah.
Because mental abuse is something we can't measure.
Yeah. So when
I fix.
Yeah, I went to Delhi police to file a 0 FIR against my husband, and they said like, oh, this is the matter between husband and wife, there is nothing crucial in that, so you go to Himachal and you file there. I said like, I was attacked there and I'm not going back there because my husband is connected. So it looks like I cannot file anything because I cannot just run here and there.
But according to law in India, husband takes responsibility for his wife. He writes some letter that in case of divorce or a problem that he will be the one who
Yes, he took a legal undertaking.
That,
I have it where he wrote that he is responsible for me during my stay in India.
But right now this paper cannot be shown to anyone to help you.
No one seems to care about it. I mean, like, he's living with another woman there, so they're like, okay, like, no one wants him to be responsible for me, though the whole situation I am now is because of him only, and there is no my fault in it. But I don't know.
Was there like a special treatment because you're a woman? So whenever you go to police, do some women help you, or do you have to be surrounded by men? Like, how is the procedure there?
Yeah, actually that was a good part, that when I went to FRO, somehow the first time, like, I used to go in FRO when I was a student, and somehow women were there the first time. Because
so they were gentle and
yes. So I had to talk to women and to tell them all this story, like all the story to women, because I had to show them photos. They asked me to print the photo of my husband with his the woman he is cheating with, and all this, like, that was very complicated for me. Like, see, the people ask why you cannot just let it go. That's why, because I have to go and I have to tell my story over to like everyone, to some authorities.
Yes.
So there they were women and they were very gentle. And when I went to police, I also talked to a woman, and she was very gentle, but there was 0 results because she just shifted my case to Himachal. And when I came next time and asked like, how is my FIR going, she said like, oh, we just sent your case to Himachal. Now you have to go there. That's why I came to Delhi, of course.
So we hope that soon it will be resolved. But what about how do you feel? Do you get judgment or you get more support from friends, from family? What do people tell you? Because often in such situations, people just point fingers at women and saying that, you know, red flags over there, you're not paying attention. So what do you experience in this part?
After that missing part, like where a lot of people were judging me and sending me hate messages, I was expecting it's gonna happen like that, but surprisingly I got a lot of support from like random people, men, women, everyone, and only
Indian and
yes,
foreign also.
yeah, mostly Indian, and they are saying that we are sorry that it happened to you and that an Indian person did this to you. Like, we are, as Indians, we are ashamed. So, and a lot of people are trying to help through their connections, and although they don't even know me. So yeah, actually somehow people are supportive in all this situation. I don't know why. Yeah.
So has your husband ever called you, find out what's happening to you, checked on you, any kind of apology, help, anything?
No, nothing. He never apologized, and when I went to his place where he stays with that woman, he actually told me that I destroyed his life, and his woman also said that I destroyed her life, and I asked why, and she said, because you came here and you found out.
Yeah.
So like that
So he was happy with you being that source of energy and praise and love.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I think he's in this mental state or under some drugs that he seriously thinks that I am the problem of his life. Because I know his whole story and I know what he had done.
Okay, I know that you haven't been through this situation. You are still in the process. It's going to take maybe lots of time. Have you tried working with some therapist, professional help?
I was hoping to do that when I go back to Russia, because I already know in my hometown there is like the services of like therapists.
And even like he once stopped, they also offer mental support.
Yes, but like I didn't take it, because at that point I was very low, and then my friends made me feel better, and somehow I managed.
Okay, so at this point mostly your friends are your support.
Yes.
Do you have any message to your husband first of all? Hopefully he might.
I cannot say bad
Do you
words.
want to say hello to him?
No, I want to say a lot of bad words, but unfortunately, like
context is not allowing that.
I know that whatever I say, like I can say, like, you know, that I trusted you and I loved you and you destroyed my life because of that. But I know that the message will
destroy her life.
Yeah, the message will not get through. I know that it's like talking to the wall. So basically, there is nothing which I could say that he can understand. That's the person he became, and it's useless. It's useless.
So you are going to basically start your whole life from scratch?
Yeah, I have to.
How much time do you think it will take for you to, enter the next relationship and trust people? Because I mean, you have a lot of friends, you have a great community who are supporting you, so I can see that you aren't, in a state that, it's all my fault. But still, I'm sure that now this trauma is going to be causing big problems.
About next relationship, I don't even know, because like if someone touches me like that, I become like hedgehog.
You will have to work on.
About new life, so like people are saying in Instagram that 26 is the year of new beginnings. You have to leave everything behind. You shed your old clothes. So I shed my old clothes and my old husband's.
Your hair?
Yeah, my hair also.
Because you said you looked very different. Even when I used to follow you on Instagram, I remember the picture, your couple, and you looked completely different in terms of your style. You look great right now, but of course, this is also part of, working on your problem, right?
Yeah, actually, when a woman loses a husband in India, she shaves her hair. So I literally lost a husband because the person whom I loved and whom I married, he doesn't exist anymore. And when I realized that, I just shaved my head also. like the end of this story.
So you are getting new yourself back slowly.
Yeah. And the funny thing that last time I did that was like 13 years back, and that was the year when I met my husband, my future husband. So when I met him, I had this hair. So I think I went to default version of me, which was back then.
Now it's better.
Yeah.
So will you tell us about your tattoos? You are saying that this is also a way of fighting the pain.
This one I got in Manali, and I got it from a woman who I think she offered more like of a therapist. Because when I went for this ceremony, and it's like sacred ink ceremony, and she was making this, I was telling her story, and she was supporting me, and she was telling me her story. So it was like very feminine exchange of energies, and it really helped me, and I did it for my birthday.
Okay.
Yes, and that I did lately because.
What is that translation? Will you translate for us?
This
It's
is-
Urdu, right?
No, that is Old Mongolian, and it's
Okay.
written wind horse himori. So, and that is a wind horse. Yeah, so basically the wind horse is your inner energy which keeps you going even when you don't have a purpose of going. Oh, my husband's name is Udesha, which means purpose, so I don't have a purpose now. Yeah, so this is my purpose, like I myself is my purpose.
And of course, this story has a lot of details, which of course maybe we
Yeah.
can cover in this conversation. There are so many parts of it, and I just want you to say a couple of words to maybe women, maybe men who are facing the same situation of this being gaslighted, abused, maybe some narcissistic relationships. So what would you tell them? When is that red flag which has to, be the main
Yeah.
one, and how to become strong again?
What I would love to say to women, because I don't know how it works with men, but for women, trust yourself and trust your gut. And if you're pure, if your intention are clear, your gut is gonna tell you the truth, and you have to trust it over other person's words, even if it's the person whom you love. Also, if there is a person whom you love, do not listen to his words, look at what he is doing. That's what I learned, because the person can tell you I love you and then do all this bad stuff to you, and then say like, oh, I didn't mean this, but trust what he is doing, like treat him as only the person who does things, but he doesn't say anything, don't listen to the words.
So what kind of are you done, or you want to say a couple more words? Sorry, I interrupted.
Yeah. I like one more thing. Like when I came to India and I married, I got married to my husband. I started to put myself into what you call it, into how you say, like what you
Less
call it?
important position, or
No, like I try to change myself.
okay.
Like I started to wear Indian dresses. I worn Mangal Sutra, I worn Sindoor, I worn all these bracelets and everything, and I try to be as much Indian as I could. So what I say that, like, don't do this. Be yourself. Do not put the things like basically it comes from that you want to be liked for whom you are not. Try to be liked for whom you are. Just show who you are, and if people like you, then it's okay. If people don't, then move on. That's what I want to do. I guess it's called shrinking, so don't shrink yourself.
So Olga, you said that after so much drama happened in your life that you were done with India, that your feelings about it were really bad. But what about now? So many Indian people helped you. You got so much support. And please tell me, what do you think? Is India still in your heart?
Yes, and actually at some point I realized that this person took so much from me and I cannot get it back. But India and my love for India, he's not taking from me. Because that was my core and that was there before I even met him, so this is something he's not getting. He can get all the rest, but this is he is not getting. Somewhere in Himachal. face.
Do you have any questions or anything, any message you want to send to any advice, anything?
I don't know. I think I'm still pretty much messed up, and maybe in half a year I can be more clear about like what is going on right now. I'm like, I still got so many questions with zero answers, and my brain is behaving like, you know, I'm going to sleep, and then there's a question comes out, and then like, oh, why was this happening? And something like from the past, from my relations, like, and then I try to find the answer, and I cannot sleep. So I'm still pretty much.
You haven't gotten your closure, but
like the major closure I got, but brain wants the answers to all the questions. Maybe that's the problem of my brain, but like I want all the answers, and I try to figure it out. Like, oh, my brain tries to figure it out without my permission, because I really don't want this. So I try to get it off my brain, but it still comes back. And I guess in this situation where you stuck because of that, like you are literally kept inside your past life and you cannot leave, then I guess that's why it's happening.
so let's send a message to the authorities. Please help Olga to resolve her matter. She is a brilliant person. She is an intelligent woman. She's a strong woman. We just want your help to send her back home. That's all she needs to connect to her family, to her friends. And thank you so much for the help you've already done. So thank you so much, Olga, for sharing your story with us. I'm sure that many people could relate to it and made some conclusions. And we don't want that story to repeat to anyone, but unfortunately life is like that, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of person you are. Sometimes you might be facing abusive people even for longer time, manipulated. It is not your fault. So thank you, Olga. Let me give you a hug.
Thank you.